Hey guys, this is the Counting Nightmare, and today we're taking a look at Feng the Accursed on 25 men normal difficulty. He's the second boss in mogu'shan vaults, which means he's the second boss you'll be fighting overall. He's not very hard, but he's quite fun. He's got some really cool things going on. His main gimmick is that he grabs these little spirit weapons throughout the fight, and they give him different abilities. He starts off with the lightning fists, which, as you can probably guess, is a fist weapon, which gives him lightning abilities. It gives him that lightning fist move where he slams the ground and he shoots off a bolt of lightning. Don't get hit by that as it travels, because it will stun you and do quite a bit of damage. The other thing it gives him is this epicenter, which is this massive earthquake he does. It does quite a bit of damage to the entire raid, but there's a few different ways you can deal with it, thankfully. So the tanks also get new abilities in this fight. When the fight starts, they can click on these little crystals, and they'll get a different ability each they can use. The most important one is the nullification barrier, which is this purple barrier that the tank can put down every so often. And as long as you're standing in it, it can nullify certain boss abilities. That's pretty cool. So you can use it to nullify every second epicenter. The cooldown's too long to nullify every epicenter though, so you will have to deal with other epicenters in other ways. But for this epicenter coming up, we're going to have a nullification barrier, so make sure you have a place that you're all going to run to make sure that you're actually under the barrier when it goes up. So we're doing epicenter any second now. And there it is, there's the nullification barrier. It's not quite long enough to cancel out the entire epicenter. You will take a few ticks, but it cancels out most of the damage, so it's pretty cool. When you don't have a barrier ready, you might want to just stack up in the middle and blow a healing cooldown, because the further away you are from the earthquake, the less damage you take from it. A different thing you can do is to use the other tank ability, which is Shroud of Reversal. This one's a lot harder to use. You can sort of copy a boss ability. Using it, you can copy the lightning fist move, and it'll actually stun him, so if you use it when he's trying to do an epicenter, you'll cancel it out. Very nice. You don't need to do that at all for normal difficulty though, we were just practicing for heroic, because it's very important on heroic. So once he's lost a third of his health, he'll run over and change weapons. Now he's got the flame spear. This gives him a couple fire moves, obviously. One is a debuff he puts on a random person, which is called Wildfire Spark. That person has a few seconds to get out of the raid, and then he's going to poop out a bunch of fire on the ground. Yeah, you'll see those fire patches, and they're moving around in a circle, so you don't want to stand anywhere near them, because obviously the fire hurts. So you want to have a spot designated that people are going to run. We always drop the fire at the entrance to the room, just so we know where it always is. Every so often he'll also use a move called Draw Flame, which is where he'll suck in a bunch of the fire that's on the ground, and he'll use it to power up his weapon. He'll get a certain amount of charges, and for every charge, when he hits the tank, it'll do a big blast of fire damage to the entire raid. You'll see that's what's going on here. It hurts quite a bit, so you can use some healing cooldowns here as well. Make sure you have a rotation going so you don't all burn it during the first epicenter. Thankfully the charges do eventually run out. And you can also put down a barrier on the boss when he does a Draw Flame, and the fire will actually hit the barrier and get cancelled out before he can grab it. So that's pretty awesome. But once again, you can't use it for every Draw Flame, only every second. So when you can't cancel it out, be prepared for some pretty heavy healing. When you do cancel it out though, there's almost nothing going on, as you can see here. Most important thing is just make sure you drop the fire in a good place. You don't just drop it on the entire raid, because that hurts quite a bit. Also throughout the fight, he does a stacking debuff on the tank. It's just a taunt mechanic, just taunt back and forth. For his last third of health, he'll come over here and he'll grab the final weapon, which is the Arcane Staff. This phase has the potential to be very nasty if you don't handle it just right. So he gets this move, which is Arcane Velocity, the big AoE, and it does more damage to you the further away you're standing, so you want to stand on him when he uses that. And once again, you can use your barrier to prevent people from taking damage from it. And once again, you can only use it every second velocity because the cooldown's too long. So when you don't have a barrier ready, you're going to want to use some healing cooldowns. They should be off cooldown by now, so you can start your rotation over again. The other move he does is Arcane Resonance. It's a debuff he puts on random people. That's what's on me right now. You'll see it makes me do sort of Arcane Blast around me. It does damage to anyone standing near me. So obviously you don't want to be standing on everyone when that goes off. That's why we all spread out for most of the fight here. The catch with Resonance is that the more people it hits, the more powerful it gets. And so if that goes off in the middle of the raid, it's just going to blow everyone up. It hurts a lot. It's not one of those things where you get the debuff on you, then you have to run out before it ticks. No, it ticks immediately and it'll kill everyone. So if the timers are lining up, if it looks like he's going to do a Resonance or a Velocity and you're not sure which, just stay spread out and wait for him to actually start doing Velocity and then run in like that. If you run in too early and then Resonance goes off, boom, you're all dead. And I think Resonance is a lot more dangerous than Velocity, personally. Yeah, and finally there's another tank debuff in this phase. There's a tank debuff for the entire fight. You just taunt back and forth when your stacks get too high. And that's the fight. He's a pretty fun fight. He's pretty crazy on heroic, and as you can see, someone tries to blow us up there. Thank you. That was Laeth. You can trust him to try and kill us. So, I'll see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed.